Hey guys, welcome to our other game that we're playing, Date Warp. This game, as you can see, by Hanako Games, which we've played quite a few of their games in the past before, and I've really enjoyed them. So yeah, this is kind of a sci-fi visual novel dating sim type thingamajig, and it's got a little bit of puzzle solving in it, but not crazy. So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just start a new game and find out what boys there are to romance. Starto Gameo. This is an interactive story. Left-click the mouse to proceed, right-click to go to the game menu where you can load, save, or change the preferences. Very good. From time to time, you will get to play a game to choose what direction the story should take. Oh, interesting. So the whole making a choice thing has been turned into a little mini game of sorts. Okay. Click on the wires to rotate them and make a connection between the light bulb and what you want to happen next. Oh, hello. Ah! Slowly turning. Well, that was a simple enough puzzle. I'm sure they'll get harder. Let's start! Oh, we got a timer? Well, that's not terrifying at all. This whole thing was a setup. I never should have listened to Vanessa. Darn it, Vanessa. So what if I've never had a boyfriend? I'm only 19. I don't need training wheels. It was a waste of time. We each had a nice meal, but we might as well have been eating alone. We ate totally different food, and we couldn't think of much to talk about. I'm a vegetarian bookworm. He's a steak and potatoes jock. It would never work. It's probably the first guy we got. Can barely hear the rain. Let's turn that up a little bit. It doesn't seem to be making much of a difference. Rain is music. Okay. I'll put it there. And there. Okay, that ought to do it. Steak and potatoes jock versus a vegetarian bookworm. Fight. And then this happened. Oh, she blinks. Come on, this way. Alright, Bradley's our number one guy that we're gonna go for, I guess. Don't let go of my hand. Are you afraid of the dark? Either of us could slip and fall in this mud. He has a point. We left the road a while back, and there's no clear path through these woods. Thank goodness it's only rain and not one of the traditional Memphis thunderstorms. If there were lightning, we would have had to stay in the car. It's so weird that the screen is so small. It takes some getting used to. I can see the lights ahead. Must be a big house. Rich people like their privacy. That's probably why they live way out here. Well, there wasn't a fence or anything. Water runs through my hair, making me shiver. Surely whoever lives there will take pity on two drowned rats. So many lights. Maybe they're having a party. I don't see a doorbell. You knock. Your hands are bigger. Bradley raises one hand to rap sharply on the door, but with his other, he's still holding on to me. It feels nice, having a boy's hand in mine. Maybe the state isn't a complete disaster after all? Could there be hope? I hear someone at the door. Oh. Boy number 2 looking shocked to see us. He reminds me a lot of Rakesh for some reason, like the blonde version of Rakesh. Hello? A boy, younger than me, wearing oversized clothes that look like faded rags? This certainly isn't what I expected from the owner of a mansion. Hi, my name's Bradley Dalton, and this is Janet Baskar. My car broke down a ways up the road, and with the weather like this... You're soaked. Can we come in? Just to have somewhere out of the rain to wait while I call for help? Well... Another voice. Alright, gonna go with a voice, see what happens.
What's going on?
Oh, hello, young man.
What are you doing here? What sort of person tries to sell things at night in the rain? We're not... Get lost.
Oh, our first choice. How should Janet respond? Apologize or demand to be let in? Well, while I'm thinking about it, let's make some connections. Okay, so now we can do both. We're with a jock, so I think apologize would be good for the blonde. This is definitely good for the, who I'm guessing is the tsundere of the group, who just told us to get lost. I'll go with demand to be let in for now. You're very rude. We're not salesmen at all. Our car broke down and we're stranded out here. All we want to do is get in out of the rain so I can call someone to come pick us up. Then we'll be gone. Is that so hard? Oh. We have like an affection gauge. That is so cute. Oh, he warmed up mighty quick.
Well, not when you put it that way.
He offers me his hand. Well.
I'm Alvin. And you are?
Janet, and this is Bradley.
Your boyfriend?
Not exactly. First date.
We haven't really had the best luck tonight. Well, I'm sure he wouldn't want to turn nice people out in the rain. I'm Raphael. Come in before you freeze. And wipe your feet.
Man, you guys even have similar sounding names. Rakesh and Raphael. Both with the ra at the beginning. Oh. Well! What a lovely place. We step through the door and Bradley's hand slips away from mine as he stares. I've seen decor like this at the Orpheum, but I can't imagine actually living in it.
Don't forget your shoes.
We do our best to scrape off the mud, but I can still see him eyeing the carpet nervously. I wonder if he's some sort of domestic. I feel like this takes place in England for some reason. I think it actually does. We could take them off and leave them outside.
No, we're not staying long. We should stay ready to go.
Then on the balcony overhead, I notice a figure. Oh, hello. A man wrapped in a silk robe descends the stairs with the grace of a queen. Ah, now this must be the owner of the mansion. And the next boy.
Nathaniel, these are Janet and Bradley. Their car broke down. How do you do?
Very well, thank you. You have a lovely house. We were lucky to be nearby. There's not much out there but trees.
Yes, it is a bit isolated. It's not often that anyone stops here. Don't worry, we'll be on our way soon.
He taps me on the arm.
Your phone?
Right. I dig my mobile out of my purse and turn it on. I had it switched off earlier for the movie.
What a strange-looking phone.
Ah, snob, I see. No, it isn't. It looks just like half the phones that come out lately. Maybe the only cell phones he's seen were designer brands studded with diamonds. It's not connecting. I can't get a signal.
The walls may be too thick to penetrate.
Should I go back outside?
You are welcome to use my phone, of course.
Thanks.
The nearest is right through here.
He gestures to a side hallway. I look at Bradley, who shrugs.
You go. My shoes are in worse shape.
I step onto the red carpet and follow Nathaniel further into the house, trying not to drip on anything. Are these all antiques?
Reproduction, mostly. Although they have some age of their own. Are you a connoisseur?
Not really. I like grandfather clocks, though.
I don't. I got rid of mine. Here's the phone.
True to style, it's beautifully old-fashioned, all gold and porcelain with a rotary dial. I cautiously pick up the handset and hold it to my ear, but I can't hear anything. Do I need to do something special to make this work? I can't get a dial tone.
Let me see.
He takes the handset and taps the receiver a few times.
Nothing. The lines must be down. Is the storm that serious?
It's raining buckets out there, but the wind didn't seem that bad. Maybe it's getting worse. There are a lot of trees out there. I suppose it would be easy for something to go wrong.
Perhaps you should wait it out then. Come on. Why don't you two go dry off? You must be freezing. You should get warm and wait for the storm to let up. I'll put the kettle on. There's a bathroom through here and another up the stairs to the left. There should be towels ready.
I'll go upstairs then. T-minus 4 days, 19 hours, 50 minutes? Till what? The bathroom is, naturally, huge, and the towels are kept comfortingly warm on a heated rack. I feel like the music is muffled in the bathroom. Like, there's only music playing in the foyer of this mansion, and then once you close the door to a bathroom, it's like, just in the distance. Oh my, how scandalous. I peel off my dress and drape it over the hot rack, rubbing my hair with the towel. It feels so good to get that wet fabric off my skin. I hear footsteps outside the door. That's alright. It's locked. She says, with confidence. Yeah, I'm sure. I locked it. Ah! What a face! Well, hello, Mr. Eugen. How are you doing? It's been a while. He seriously looks a lot like Eugen, or Eugen's younger brother anyway. Oh, what eyes. Eyes up, sir, please. A strange figure, not even sure at first if it's a man or a woman, opens the door and stares directly at me. It's a guy. He's the last of our guys to meet, I believe.
You must be Janet. I'm here to take your clothes.
How should Janet react? Be angry or be flirtatious? Let's connect some things. Okay, like that. No, I did that wrongly. There we go. Okay. That's not quite right either. I think this guy, at least to me, reads to be kind of maybe the narcissist character of this world, which probably means I'll end up falling in love with him. So flirting with him would probably be a good thing. This is probably a thing that I either like decrease with him or increase with him. So that probably doesn't really matter. I don't think Bradley's gonna really see any, like even the first choice didn't actually affect Bradley that much. Well, let's be flirtatious just so I know how to react once I'm on this guy's route, whatever his name is. Oh, is that all?
What were you expecting?
I thought you were going to be my personal servant. Oh, yeah. He's into it. All right. Well, I read that like a book.
And what sort of service do you request, my lady?
Would you really do anything I asked?
No, I do as I pleased.
That sounds like it could get out of hand quickly. Abort! Abort quick! Who are you, actually?
You can call me Linz. Or Master, if you prefer.
I thought this was Nathaniel's house.
It is. That doesn't mean other things can't be mine.
Ahem. Right, it's warm in here. He reaches over to the towel rack to pick up my dress.
Wait here. I'll be back with your clothes in a few minutes.
He leaves, closing the door behind him. I fumble with the doorknob, and I think get it locked properly this time. The guy was a little bit creepy. Mostly very forward. How many people are there in this house anyway? We've met, like, all of them in about 5 minutes. Not long ago, it would have been unthinkable for me to be somewhere surrounded by strange men. Up through high school, I attended St. Teresa's, a small preparatory school for young women and only women. We had a brother school, St. Joseph's, and many of my classmates' brothers did go there. We had shared events with them sometimes. But their school was just as small as ours, so it almost was like we were part of one family. Everybody knew everybody. Perhaps that's why, even when I became a teenager, I could never be interested in dating. All those boys were like annoying siblings. How could anyone swoon over them? My parents raised me to expect perfection. A clever, rich, and handsome hero who could dance and sing and ride to my wedding on a white horse covered in flowers. Back then, I wasn't willing to settle for less. Oh my goodness, you are so young. Not that I was getting a lot of offers. I saw the boys as annoying relatives. They saw me as a bossy little know-it-all. How are we going to get with all these guys? In grades, I was at the top of my class for all the good it did me. But in popularity, more like the opposite. And I didn't realize at the time what the consequences would be. Then I came to university, and no one had any idea who I was, and first impressions were everything. I could get away from my reputation, start over, fit in. As long as I didn't screw it up. Never show fear. Never show weakness. I wrap the towel around myself and sit on the floor to wait for my clothes. Okay. It took about a half an hour. Once I'm dressed and dry, I venture downstairs to find Bradley and Raphael waiting for me.
How do you take your tea?
Milk, 1 sugar, thanks.
I'll be right back.
He walks off through one of the many doors. It must be like a maze out there. I don't know how I'd find anyone.
Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine.
Some weird guy tried to walk in on me while I was changing clothes.
That happened to me, too. I'm sure it's perfectly normal. The upper class have servants to dress them. They probably don't think about privacy.
There's something a little bit strange about them. Just keep your eyes open. Here's your tea. Would you like any cookies?
No thanks. I don't like having sweets late at night. I sip carefully at the drink, enjoying its warmth.
Have you lived here long? Oh, I don't live here. We're just visiting.
But why are you making tea for visitors? I wonder who he means by we.
Where from? We have an apartment in the city, but we moved here from the west. You have family out there? Yes.
So, how do you know Nathaniel?
He's very nice, isn't he?
What? That completely did not answer my question. A little bit of a dodgy sort.
What about you? What do you do?
I'm a freshman at Brook College.
Is that around here?
Yes, it's a small liberal arts school down by the park.
I don't know much about colleges.
I wonder how old he is. He looks like he might still be in high school. Or a dropout. But if he is, it would be rude to ask.
Are you sure you don't want any cookies? Or something else? No, I think we're good. Right. I'll just go check on things then.
He hurries away into the house. It's getting pretty late, isn't it? Nathaniel just pops up.
Why, yes.
Ah! Bradley, your face freaked me out.
Oh!
Don't sneak up on us like that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
He's so mischievous, Nathaniel.
It is getting rather late, and the storm shows no sign of letting up. The phones are still down, and I don't expect they'll send any workers out to fix the lines before morning. If you'd like, you two could spend the night here. I have plenty of spare bedrooms.
I don't...
We'd like that. Thanks very much.
Huh? First he was saying that there's something strange about these people, and now he wants to sleep here? What are you up to, Bradley? I don't have a lot of choices, though. I really don't want to stand on the road alone in the dark trying to get a ride. Okay.
Right then. Would you like one bedroom or two?
Ooh, should Janet share a room with Bradley? Scandal. I think Bradley would be chuffed if we decided to share a room with him. So, that's not what I wanted to do. Maybe let's go with that. Hey, I even completed both even though I wasn't trying to. That's skill. Alright, share a room. We can share. I don't want to put you to too much trouble.
As you wish.
Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Bradley nodding at me in approval. Yeah, I feel better. I mean, even though Bradley's only, you know, on first date basis, we at least know him as opposed to everybody else here. You never know, that Lynn's guy might just show up in our bedroom. He might show up in our bedroom anyway. Nathaniel shows us to what's obviously a spare bedroom. It's clean and well presented, but very plain.
There are some pajamas under the duvet. They should be large enough to fit. You know where the bathroom is, and you shouldn't need anything from the rest of the house. Alright? Yes, we're fine. I'll see you in the morning, then. Pleasant dreams.
He closes the door behind him. As soon as he's gone, I turn on Bradley. What's with you? First you were saying these people were weird and we couldn't trust them, and then all of a sudden you want to spend the night?
That's not quite what I said. They're strangers, that's all. It's dangerous out there in the rain. We're better off inside. And as long as we stick together, we can watch out for each other.
Oh? Are you gonna watch me change?
What? No!
What's wrong? Am I that ugly? Oh gosh, you're one of those women. You just can't please you. Ugh.
Of course not. I'm just not that kind of guy. Not like that Lynn's fellow.
He was a bit weird, but sort of cute too. What a thing to say to a guy you just went on a date with. Ugh. Janet, you and I are gonna have issues.
Well, I intend to be sure this door is locked, if you don't mind.
I suppose Vanessa was right. He is harmless. When she realizes I'm not coming back to our room tonight, what will she think? That maybe Bradley's found the girl he was looking for after all? I wonder if my hallmates place bets on it. Will they believe that nothing happened? Do I want them to? I wonder what it would take to get Bradley to really notice me. Look, do you like him or not? Like, pick a lane, lady.
You can have the bed. I'll sleep on the floor.
Don't be silly. I've shared beds with friends before. There's nothing wrong with it. Yes, they were girlfriends, but that's just a technicality. Well, so what? If I couldn't trust him, I wouldn't share a room with him at all. There's no reason for him to suffer just because he's a boy, but that's very chivalrous of you, Bradley. We settle in for the night. It's hard to get to sleep in a strange place, listening to someone else's breathing. Bradley's still wearing all of his clothes, even his jacket, and the metal bits click gently when he shifts. Rain rattles and thumps against the window panes. Distant creaks tremble through the house. I never did get a straight answer about how many people are here or why. There are at least 5 boys in the house with me. Did I? No. Okay, I thought I double-clicked. For a practice date, Bradley's not so bad. He's a bit old-fashioned, holding doors for me, wanting to order for me, offering to sleep on the floor, and so on. It's polite, but kind of impersonal. I feel like he acts this way because I'm a girl, and that's how he thinks you're supposed to treat girls. He's used those manners on dozens of them. It's not because he likes me. Bradley's not my type. I don't think he has any interest besides sports and cars. Still, it's nice to have someone pay attention to me, even if it's not real. Girl, like, pick a lane! Honestly. Then there's Raphael, the blonde boy at the door. He's so helpful and sweet, like a little kid. Most boys at high school and university are loud and vulgar. Of course, if he works here, it's probably his job to be polite. But he just said he was visiting. I'd think a butler would be better dressed. Maybe he was in the middle of cleaning. He said he was just visiting, but that might mean he's a temporary employee. I didn't think about that. Linz also appears to work here, although I'm not sure what his position is. I've always thought boys with glasses were cute, but there is something slightly creepy about him, like he might have an obsession with some skeleton lady. Nathaniel and his house seem like they come from a different world, one of luxurious refinement. My family is far from poor, but we don't live anything like this. Yet he offered us help right away without asking anything in return. We're strangers, and he opened his home to us. He's kind and generous, or else just a rich eccentric. Albin is the odd one out. He was a bit rude, and then wandered off as soon as we entered. He certainly doesn't look like he belongs in a mansion like this, and he doesn't act upper class. He looks more like someone you'd give a wide berth to if you were walking alone at night, whether that judgment was fair or not. It doesn't really matter. Why am I thinking about all these boys? In the morning we'll be gone. Oh. I didn't want to click through that. Thank you. 4 days, 8 hours, 52 minutes. What an interesting portrait over the fireplace. The next morning, everyone gathers in the dining room for breakfast. I don't think Bradley slept very well. He looks tired. Linz is munching absently through a plate of sausage biscuits. I don't think I've heard him speak to anyone. He barely seems to notice we're here. Albin definitely knows we're here. He keeps glaring at everybody. I think he needs more coffee. Oh, you sweet tsundere. Only Nathaniel's polished manners keep the conversation moving.
More scrambled eggs, anyone?
I think I've had enough, thanks. No new faces have turned up. If there's anyone else in the mansion, they're staying out of sight. They're all such different people. It's hard to imagine what would bring them all together. Everyone seems to be finishing their meals now. Raphael is gathering plates. It would be polite to offer to help, but I've never washed dishes by hand in my life. Surely rich people have dishwashers, right? You are the dishwasher. Should Janet offer to help with the dishes? I'm worried she's gonna break everything. I'm gonna go with a no. It's a no from me on this one. I think that would be good for Raphael, but I think that we should just stay with Bradley for the time being. Although if I was in that situation, I probably would just offer to help do the dishes. I stay quiet as Raphael does all the work.
I'm afraid I'm still a novice in the kitchen myself. I am trying to learn a few things. I ought to be able to cook for myself when necessary, but Robert often insists on getting things done efficiently.
Robert?
My major domo. He's not here at the moment.
You have a lot of servants?
Just the one. I don't need much, usually. Aren't you supposed to be leaving? What's your problem? What have we ever done to you? Too much. Albin?
We ought to leave. Maybe the phone works now. Well, that was abrupt. Nathaniel leads us out of the dining room to the hall we were in last night.
Don't take Albin too seriously. He's having a hard time right now. Why is that? Someone close to him is very ill.
He turns away and picks up the phone.
The line is still down. That's alright. Now that the rain has stopped, we can go outside to pick up the signal.
Yes, we should get going. We return to the grand entrance. But it can't be as simple as this, right? Otherwise it wouldn't be a story. Sensing our departure, everyone comes to see us off, even Albin.
Goodbye, and good luck.
Thanks for your hospitality. We really appreciate it. I go to open the door. ... Oh. Well, that's not natural. What? What on earth is that? Ah, it's the intro is what it is, girl. Woohoo! Ooh. Date warp. Alright. Bradley, boy number 1. And then Albin. That smile. Nathaniel. Lynn's bedroom? We're saying it already. That face. Aw, cute Raphael. Always in the kitchen. And us. Oh. Raphael. Of course. Whoa, spoiler. Some spoilery things going on there. And some intense music playing now, but I think that's a good place to stop the first episode for now. We got to the intro, so that's good. But the plot thickens. So we'll find out what happens next time. Thanks very much for watching. Until then, I will see you later.